Getting attention is important, but attention alone is not enough. Attention works best when people also trust you. Many people chase views, likes, and followers, but those numbers do not always lead to sales. What really matters is whether people care about what you offer. A strong brand gives people a reason to listen, trust, buy, and tell others. This is how real growth happens. Now let's talk about what makes people buy or not buy. People do not buy because of hype alone. They do not buy because you post every day. They buy when your message feels true and useful to them. Good marketing is not about shouting louder. It is about telling the right story to the right people. It is also about giving people something worth sharing. If your product helps people in a clear way and your message connects with them, you have a better chance of making sales. Now let's talk about views versus influence. A big audience does not always mean real influence. Some people have millions of followers but struggle to sell anything. Others have a much smaller audience and still make strong sales. Why does this happen? Because numbers do not always show trust. A person can get lots of attention and still have little impact. What matters more is this: would people miss your brand if it disappeared? Do people feel connected to what you do? Do they believe your product matters to them? That is what turns attention into action. Now let's talk about why being remarkable is not a gimmick. Being remarkable does not mean being loud, fake, or shocking. It means being worth talking about. It means people notice your work and want to tell someone else about it. That is how strong brands grow. People share things that make them look smart, helpful, stylish, or informed. So your goal is not just to get noticed. Your goal is to be memorable in a good way. Trust matters here. Attention without trust has little value. Trust, even with a smaller audience, can be worth a lot. Now let's talk about advertising versus marketing. Advertising usually means paying to get attention. You spend money so more people see your brand. Marketing is wider than that. Marketing is the full work of making your product, message, and experience worth talking about. Advertising can help people notice you. Marketing gives them a reason to care. A brand can spend a lot on ads and still feel forgettable. But a brand that creates something useful, clear, and memorable can grow through word of mouth. That is why effort, thought, and honesty matter so much. Now let's talk about why marketing has not changed as much as people think. The tools may change, apps may change, trends may change, but people still respond to the same human things. They respond to trust, they respond to stories, they respond to products that solve real problems. Many people believe they must follow every trend to grow, but following trends alone does not build a lasting brand. A better path is to make something people still care about weeks, months, or even years later. Now let's talk about admitting your brand is not strong enough yet. Sometimes a business grows through effort alone, but effort can only take you so far. At some point, you have to ask a hard question. If you were a customer, would you buy what you sell? If the answer is no, then the problem is not just promotion. The problem may be the offer, the story, or the experience. People do not only buy the item itself, they also buy what it means to them. They buy the feeling, the identity, and the story behind it. That is why two similar products can get very different results. Now let's talk about the power of speaking to your customers. Many small brands act like huge companies. They hide behind forms, dashboards, and numbers. But if you only have a small number of customers, talk to them, call them, email them, ask why they bought, ask what they love, ask what confused them, ask if they would tell a friend. These simple conversations can teach you more than a long report. When you listen to real customers, you learn how to improve your product and your message. Now let's talk about false numbers that distract people. Many brands focus on numbers that are easy to measure but not very helpful. These include likes, random views, and other surface numbers. These numbers can look impressive, but they may not lead to trust, loyalty, or sales. A better question is this: did your work matter enough that someone wanted to tell another person about it? That kind of response is harder to measure, but it is far more valuable. Now let's talk about finding 10 people who trust you. You do not need millions of people at the start. You need a few people who truly care. Can you find 10 people who trust you? Can you show them your idea? Can you give them your product, service, message, or content? Then watch what happens. If they do not talk about it, improve it. If they do talk about it, you are onto something. Small beginnings are not a weakness. They are often the smartest place to start. Now let's talk about what a strong brand really is. A brand is not just a logo, color, or font. A brand is the promise people expect from you. It is the feeling they get before they even buy. It is what they believe your next post, next product, or next service will be like. That is why a strong brand feels clear. People know what you stand for. They know what to expect. This is true for personal brands and business brands. In both cases, trust and consistency matter most. Now let's talk about why tension matters in marketing. Tension is not the same as stress. Tension is the feeling that something important could happen. It is the feeling that you might miss out. It is the question in someone's mind that makes them pay attention. Will this sell out? Will this help me? Will people notice if I use this? Will this move me closer to the person I want to become? Great marketing often creates this kind of tension in a healthy way. It makes people lean in. Now let's talk about the smallest viable audience. Your product is not for everyone, and that is okay. In fact, trying to please everyone often makes your message weak. A better move is to serve a smaller group really well. Focus on the people who are most likely to care deeply. Do not only think about age or job title. Think about what they believe. Think about what they want. Think about what problem they feel strongly. When your message speaks directly to the right people, it becomes much stronger. Now let's talk about copycats and cheaper options. Some people will always choose the cheaper version. That does not always mean your brand has failed. It may simply mean those people were never your ideal customers. If people are not choosing you, do not rush to call them wrong. Instead, ask whether your story is strong enough. Ask whether your brand makes the value clear. Ask whether the right people understand why you are different. A better story helps the right customer make the right choice. Now let's talk about how to build a brand people talk about. Start by making something useful, then make it easier to understand, then make it easier to share. People spread brands that help them say something about themselves. Maybe your product makes them feel smart. Maybe it makes them feel ahead of the curve. Maybe it makes them feel part of something bigger. This is how a product becomes more than a product. It becomes a signal, a statement, or a story. Now let's talk about how to build a marketing strategy. Ask yourself 4 simple questions. What future are you building toward? What system are you working inside? What game are you playing? What do your customers already believe? A strong strategy is not random posting. It is not copying others without thinking. It is making choices that fit the people you want to serve. Good strategy helps you stop doing busy work and start doing meaningful work. Now let's talk about consistency versus authenticity. Many people say you must always be authentic, but what matters even more is consistency. People trust brands that keep their promise. They trust people who show up in a clear and reliable way. This does not mean being fake. It means being intentional. It means choosing a message and living it over time. You can still be human. You can still share hard days and real moments. But your audience should still understand who you are and what you stand for. That is what builds trust. Now let's talk about the main lesson. You do not need to chase every trend. You do not need to impress everyone. You do not need a giant audience to grow. You need trust. You need clarity. You need a message people care about. You need a product or service worth talking about. And you need the patience to keep improving. The best brands are not built by noise alone. They are built by being clear, useful, and memorable over time. A magnetic brand does not sell itself by magic. It sells because people understand it, trust it, and want to share it. That starts with a clear message. It grows with a strong story. And it lasts when you serve the right people well. So stop chasing empty numbers. Build something people would miss if it disappeared. That is how real marketing works. If you want to learn how to build your brand, grow your message, and turn your skills into income online, join Digital Skills Academy. DSA can help you learn simple, practical digital skills that move you from confusion to confidence.